Out here with Rob. He sold me his lift. We're gonna put this thing to good use. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. 11 months. I've been looking for these things for 11 months. And this is what you get for $1,800. It's not the original Max Jack where the stick. This has the cable with the locking mechanism. So these are a lot better. Let's get it unloaded. This thing's on a cam, so when this hits this piece, it will unlatch. But obviously, can't unlatch it because I'm a dingus.
You were all the way in.
Yeah. That's the hardest part. Just let it drop slowly. There. There you go. Just don't break your back. This was probably the hardest part. Because I don't want to spill it, you know? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I did, essentially.
Oh, you want to lower it?
No, I got it. This is probably the heaviest part. Because it don't got wheels. All the accessories, all the anchors, the other pads, instructions. Okay, now that this is unloaded, we got to drop off this trailer. This is the 5th hole for the first one. As you saw, I hammered in the last anchor on this lift here. And all I got to do is set this one. So this is a Danmar MX6. More or less, this is a portable lift. So you can unbolt them from the ground and roll them away. So I can still park 2 cars in here. So once it's unbolted, you could just tilt it back, roll it to where you need it. So 105 to 135. I'm probably going to set it around 125. 110. From the outer flange, it's about 110. And that looks like a good drive through. I could go 105 to 135. And you guys are probably wondering why I want it mounted offset instead of just putting it in the center. I have this drop down table that comes down from the roof, and this should give me enough space to work on things. One of the limiting factors is the garage door. Even if I had the garage door closed, I still have these overhead storage bins. See how this fits. Pretty close, literally. So yeah, ideally, this would be a good amount of space to work with. Let's say somewhere right there. How high it goes depends on when it's gonna hit the garage. Not a lot, 3 feet. And this lift lifts up to 48 inches. But 3 feet's a lot. Like at 120, a little bit of a tilt there. So these are not set. I need to get the setting tool from Jason. But they're in there. By far, the worst part of this job is drilling the holes. I have this Ryobi hammer drill, $20 on Direct Tool Warehouse, right? Not a lot of hammer in this drill, but it gets the job done. If you wet it, there's less dust, even though I've had the shop vac going on constantly. I have these drop-in anchors here, right? Please follow the manufacturer's guidelines for your concrete and installation. This is not an instructional video. Shout out to Neighbors. He had an actual hammer drill. It was taking me like 20 minutes, like fastest, to drill a hole with this. I'm pretty sure this is gonna take less than 5 to do one here. All right, y'all know Jason. He hooked me up with some more anchors. So we got to put this lift in after we roll out these terrible cars. This Mercedes is spewing transmission fluid. The anchors call for 90 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, it's time to do a dry run. So these are non-leak dry brake connectors, I guess. I just know they're really expensive. So essentially, the garage should close. That's how much clearance I have there. Okay, here it is in all its glory. I can still open these cabinets. It's on the lock right now. I'm gonna get 2 more of those. Those are actually coming in the mail. But for now, I think it works. Okay, let's close the garage and hope for the best. Yeah, and look, no issues. Dang. And then constantly checking this with a level. Okay, so I feel a little safer with these stands under here, but we can definitely see all the oil that my transmission's spewing out, and all the oil that the oil pan's spewing out, literally from the output shaft. Yeah, this is nice. So much room for activities. And I just got out of work. Okay, so to maximize it, I closed the garage to lift it up high enough to get onto the last lock. And then I lowered it onto the lock. But note to self, before I lift up, I need to close the garage. So now that I have it on the last lock, I was able to get these stands on here. Okay, so the sun is setting. I'm just going to leave this up like this, and we can check if anything moved. A little tilty chair right here like this. That way I can be sitting down and leaning back and working on stuff. And this will make buffing the car a lot easier because I can get to the lower sections. A little bit of tilt on the bubble. A little bit of tilt. And then did I mention the clearance is super close? Note to self, do not open door or else you will self-destruct. That's my warning sign. If the garage closes, that's gonna, there we go. Perfect. And ideally this is my working conditions. Got a good amount of space between the car and the garage. A good amount of space here. Could even pull an axle if I wanted to. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you, Jason, for the anchors, and thank you to my neighbor Mike for the hammer drill. Also, if you guys haven't done so, buy a sticker. I also thought it was really dark in this corner, but forgot we have lights.